So this particular topic was supposed to be the rise of mobile ecommerce, in fact. But I wanted to slightly broaden the subject with the rise of mobile within retail on a wider, more broader basis. As kindly introduced, Grapple is the UK's leading mobile innovation and development agency. Started a couple of years ago, really when brands were still fairly early on in getting their mobile strategies and tablet strategies together. We've taken a lot of insights over those 2 years from over 200 apps. And we're quite fortunate that we work across multiple industries. We work very much with banks, so we work with Lloyds Banking Group in the UK, right through to FMCG, companies such as P&G, and right through to retailers like Comet, Adidas, Morrisons, etc. We have some really good insights and learnings from how the mobile and tablet space is really emerging and really driving business objectives home to the brands and our clients. So those who have tackled the mobile and tablet space in the past know the minefield that the fragmentation of mobile brings. So it's not all around iPhone and iPad anymore. Really, we've seen a huge rise in Android devices. There's still a lot of BlackBerry devices in the marketplace, also even older Nokias. I think one of our key selling points at Grapple and why our clients have been able to get to market very quickly is the fact that you can develop for multiple platforms very quickly, especially if you're a mass market brand. It's an injustice to only build an iPhone app or a tablet app if your customers aren't just using those devices. And in fact, there's often dissatisfaction from those customers if you don't build an app or a mobile website that's available for them. So a little bit on e-commerce, and I think it's been one of the huge growth areas for us at Grapple. It's brands really starting to shift from making very engagement-led mobile propositions through to actual propositions that generate significant revenue for the company. In the UK, 63% of UK mobile owners have used their device at some point during the purchase cycle. And so that's a fairly significant number, and that's grown rapidly over the last few years. 5%, this is according to Comscore, 5% of all total online sales are now coming from mobile. So again, a huge rise there. 38% of smartphone owners have made a purchase using their mobile. And this is a massive shift over the last few years as tablets and mobiles in particular have got more rich in their features and also bigger screens, more tactile screens, making it far easier to actually buy something from the mobile. And importantly, and this one's really interesting to me, is tablet. It's up to 72% of tablet owners have actually made a purchase on a weekly basis through their device. So significantly higher than mobile. Again, you've got a slightly more immersive experience, you've got a larger screen, sits with you on your lap, it's easier to buy something, easier to browse a catalogue. So in terms of forecasting growth, so according to Barclays, a report that came out at the end of last year, we're up to around 1.4 billion in revenue in 2011 from e-commerce. So the reports slightly differ, but what's really exciting is the potential of the marketplace. So they're predicting up to 6 billion market value in 2016, up to 20 billion by 2021. I think it might even happen quicker than this, based on what we've seen over the last few years. I mentioned that we were able to work across multiple industries. We take insights and learnings from not just in the retail space, but actually across everything from banking through to telecoms, right through to travel. I want to show you this example from Premier Inn. Premier Inn is made known as the UK's largest hotel brand, and they've quite an interesting position in the marketplace, fairly budget, but actually quite a significant brand. They could have easily gone down the route of a Lenny Henry soundboard where you can click his face on mobile to make you laugh. In fact, they realise that's not the case what they need to be doing. They've got an app that's fairly simple in execution, but allows you to find your nearest Premier Inn, allows you to check availability of a room, and essentially book. And what's the interesting point for them is that they have such a diverse customer set that they couldn't just build for iPhone. And in fact, they've got an app that works across multiple devices, so it has to be on Android, on BlackBerry, on Nokia, on iPhone. Interestingly, of the results, BlackBerry does the best for them. So despite getting a lot of vanity downloads and big numbers from iOS and from Apple, actually it's BlackBerry that generates the most revenue for them because of their business SKUs across those multiple platforms. Really interestingly, 47% of their same-day bookings now come from mobile. It's a huge overnight channel shift to mobile. They generate, and this figure's always growing every month, but over 2 million of additional revenue per month comes from mobile. And so they run their analysis internally to find out how they're actually cannibalizing other channels, and was that the case? And in fact, what they found is it's additional revenue is being generated as you reach out to a new customer set. And what got us very excited is that it was higher in the App Store rankings than Google Earth. So quite an interesting case study. As I mentioned, it's more than just e-commerce. It's more than just being able to generate revenue from the app. As a presentation from Ipsos mentioned, mobile has such a significant growing role within the actual retail space. And within the mobile industry, we call this, it's rise the bricks and mobile. How you can use mobile and tablet to really enhance that in-store experience. So of course, the mobile plays a significant role right through that purchase cycle, from everything from pre-purchase. And that could be really, when you've got downtime and you're looking for a product and you're browsing the catalogue on your mobile on the bus or the train home, or even just finding your store, so using store locators, using GPS within the device to find the nearest store to you, right through to the actual point of purchase decision. So when you've made it into the retailer and you want to inform your purchase decision, that could be anything from scanning barcodes to looking up information actually on the phone on Google and informing that purchase decision when you're actually then and there in the store, and also post-purchase. So if you've been able to upsell warranty, how mobile can store that. If you want to reach out to your customers and get feedback on how they found the store experience, it doesn't just end when they bought something. A really good example of this is a client of ours, Comet. So I've been in the headlines recently with their £2 sale, but actually really interesting business, and they're doing very well for mobile. So they had their mobile site launch in the summer of last year. And they realised, yeah, it's doing fairly well in terms of generating revenue, getting some good traffic to the mobile site. But there's still a big demand for an app. So without having to go to a mobile browser to bring up the Comet site, actually you can head to an app store and actually download the Comet app. What we find at Grapple is people will use both. So there's often in the industry a lot of talk around, should I build a mobile website, should I build an application? What we find is that customers who have more of an affinity and association to the brand will go out of their way to the app store to download the app. But often it is the customers who do have that increased association. What they do want, however, is a slightly different experience. They don't just want the same mobile website wrapped up within a mobile app. They want something different. The device can do more. It has very rich native functionality and features that allow the proposition to do more than just sell something or what the mobile site can do. And Comet is a good example of that. So, as you'd expect, it can do the whole full commerce offering, so you can browse the whole full product range, go through the catalogue, find what you want, and click purchase. But actually, one of the interesting business challenges for Comet is that when you walk into a store as a customer, you don't necessarily trust the staff because you think there's some impartiality there. And so Comet actually went through an exercise of rolling out barcodes on the shelf ledge of every single product across every store. And as you get there, you've got kind of these hand cards that remind you to download the Comet app. You open up the Comet app, you can scan that barcode, and it will bring up independent reviews from other customers, and also reviews from third-party content providers, such as Stuff Magazine, What Hi-Fi, to really inform that purchase decision at the point of purchase. Interestingly, we also built this cross-platform, so it was on BlackBerry, it was on Android, and also across iOS, so on iPhone and also on tablet. So actually in Comet, you have the sales staff walking around with their iPads, with the Comet app loaded, and so they can bring up all the independent reviews in front of you as the customer. In terms of results, so it's only been in the marketplace for a few months. In the first 3 months, over 85,000 downloads. 45% of customers return to the app each month. This is to highlight the point I was making earlier, that when you do have an application, you do reach a far more engaged, far more loyal customer set who will keep returning to the app more frequently. This is the one that really interests me. It's the barcode scanning. So we see a lot of this, and you see QR codes all over the place. And I'm not always the biggest advocate of QR codes because actually you have to have an app that's capable of reading QR codes. But actually, when you start to build in a barcode reader within your own branded application as a retailer, and it's already in your customer's hands, it's already in their hands, and therefore it's easier for them to actually start interacting and scanning those barcodes. Also, because Comet went through a significant investment to make sure that the app was promoted within the store, and there was a barcode on every product. They made it very easy, and they really put it in the customer's conscious. So 20,000 barcodes have been scanned in that time, leading to over 50,000 independent reviews and videos being watched from within the app. Just to show a few more numbers, It's doing fairly well in terms of channel split. It's up to around the app in particular, mobile, is around 2% of all their online sales now. That increased dramatically over the Christmas period, where it ranged from anything between 5 to 20% of all online sales came from mobile and tablet. And what's really interesting about the Comet app is, I talked about bricks and mobile when you can actually use it in the Comet store. But the same barcodes that are on all the Comet products are actually the same barcodes that are used in Dixon's or PC World. And actually, when Comet was PRing this app, they made it very clear that yes, you can use it within the Comet store, yes, you can use it in your own home, but also you can use it in competitor stores. So yes, it can be used in Dixon's, it can be used in PC World. It's fairly disruptive, but this is really the mindset of where customers are right now, which is, I'm not really sure or care how I'm getting this information, but I know I've got the mobile in my pocket, and I want to bring up information when I'm in the store. And if it's so be it, I'm going to use the Comet app to do that, and it's going to give me a price comparison, and I can actually buy from the Comet app, because PC World or Dixon's doesn't have it in stock, and they've made that experience very, very simple and very easy. So I just wanted to leave you with a few of our top 5 tips, and these apply to retailers, but also really across the board. They're quite simple, but it's often these tips that we need reminding of on a daily basis. Slightly cut off there, but know your objectives. It's really simple. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to generate revenue? Are you trying to improve customer satisfaction? Are you trying to increase the information you can give customers within a store? Really highlight and understand those objectives and make sure they go right through your mobile and tablet strategy. How do you add value to your customers? So it's not all around you as a customer. The mobile is a very personal device. You know, it sits in our pockets all the time. We never really turn it off. It's always with us. It's a very personal experience to me. So your app, your mobile website needs to add value to me. It needs to make my life easier in some way or another. And whether that's getting price comparisons, whether that's finding my nearest store, it has to be value for me. It can't just be the client, the brand agenda being pushed. Know your audience. And I've no doubt that everyone knows their customer set very well here. But actually, what devices are they using? Are they using iPhones? Do you have a high-end brand where your customers are already using iPhones, or are they still using Blackberries? How many of your customers are still using older Nokias? I really need to take a very informed look at what devices your customers are using in order to build out your mobile strategy. Know the context. So where are your customers actually using the devices? Are they using them in downtime? Are they using them when they get to the store? Observe that behaviour and build accordingly. And the most important is when you make a significant investment in mobile, that's building an app, and then of course it can extend to a fairly significant investment when you're building for multiple platforms because of the device fragmentation. It's no good having an app that's downloaded once and thrown away. You need to find ways to keep your customers coming back to the app or coming back to your mobile website. And there's a whole host of ways you can do that, from push notifications to promotions to offers, to allow them to see their history of all their purchases from mobile. There's a plethora of ways in order to make sure that you're maximising return on investment and getting the customers coming back. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much.